What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now that Marvel Studios has begun production on its second wave of Disney Plus shows, She-Hulk and Moon Knight set to start early this spring. Of course, Ms. Marvel just started, and what should be further along than that, the Hawkeye series, which at some point was even in some question, and we're going to get to that. Breaking today from an industry insider source, we have a report Yelena Bulova's Black Widow will be reprising her role in the Hawkeye series, and there are some details attached which allow us to speculate just a little bit. We're going to break down where this is coming from, what they said about the character and the role itself, and try to speculate as to what this could mean for the narrative and the future of the MCU, especially the future of this Black Widow. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're still giving away this insane 1/4 scale Beta Ray Bill, as well as our third and final Infinity Saga box set next month, regardless of the subscriber count. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, and if you want, stick around at the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So again, this broke from the direct beta within the last 15 minutes under the headline Marvel's Hawkeye, Florence Pugh joins Jeremy Renner Disney Plus series exclusive. They go on to report several images from Hawkeye star Jeremy Renner indicate that production is about to get rolling, and that's true. We've seen that over on his Instagram, and if you've missed it, he's been posting pictures with his stunt bag, a couple of the makeup shots with cuts on his nose and his head. He's definitely about to start filming on this show, whether he's even started or not. It could have started last week, to be totally honest. They go on to say, quote, Florence Pugh, who is co-starring in next year's Black Widow as the assassin Yelena Bulova, will reprise her role in Hawkeye on Disney Plus. The direct exclusively has learned, although the full extent of Pugh's role is currently unknown, our sources indicate that Pugh's Yelena will at some point don a Ronin-inspired costume similar to the suit that Clint Barton wore in Avengers Endgame. This is at one point in the series. Now, we had speculated at length as far as these Avengers that are going forward into Marvel Phase 4, and with some of them having their own Disney Plus series. Not as much for Loki, because we understand where the story's going, although that time rift was created as a back in time somewhere along the timeline. For these other characters, without actual time travel, they're going to go back in time with flashbacks so that they contextualize the story. That's how we hear about Budapest during the upcoming Black Widow. There's a lot of their story to tell, and when it comes to Hawkeye, him as well, he's almost a complete mystery in the MCU. I was sure that especially during his series, even more so than say like Loki and more like the Black Widow film, they were going to have several flashbacks, not just for Budapest, but how he even got involved with S.H.I.E.L.D., his early involvement with the Avengers and Nick Fury, and now as though we'll see more time as his time as Ronin, maybe in between the snap, but that Ronin garb would have come from somewhere, maybe earlier in his storyline, and unless Yelena Bulova is going to cross over with him during that mid-snap period, those 5 years, which may be the case, then it's even more likely the case that this is going to be even further back. We'll get to see the origins for that Ronin costume and how they cross over with each other. Remember, his tie to Nat and everything that's supposed to happen in the upcoming Black Widow film, even if it's just the Budapest scene, is going to go a long way in contextualizing their relationship, some of her weaker moments, and maybe even the recruitment of her to S.H.I.E.L.D. via Hawkeye. If Yelena Bulova and Natasha Romanoff are sisters like they say in the film, then of course there would be knowledge of Hawkeye on Yelena's part, maybe even some crossover, and that's what we might get to see in flashback. However, even more interesting than that, if this is during the snap and she's also in the Ronin garb alongside him, there may be some backstory there, maybe even some crossover of intentions left over from whatever this backstory we see is. And while at least we know that part of the Hawkeye series, like part of the Black Widow film, will be set for flashbacks in the MCU, most of it's going to be pushing into the future, which leaves the door wide open for speculation as to what can be happening with Florence Pugh with her version of Black Widow in the MCU. Remember, Kate Shortland, the director, said that this would push her story forward, and a lot of us have speculated she may even take the place of Natasha Romanoff alongside the Avengers, depending on what happens with the Thunderbolts and whatever happens with Thunderbolt Ross. She could be double agenting, that's what they all do. But make no bones about it, the involvement now of Yelena Bulova in the Disney Plus series just doesn't mean backstory. It probably means her role going forward into the MCU, as we've speculated, and the only question left now is whose side is she truly on and whose interest will she truly serve. If we get to see some more of the fleshed out story during the snap with him as Ronin, you can be sure that's going to be super brutal, as indicated by that scene. I wonder how well that will play on Disney Plus, and with all this talk now of a Disney 18 Plus series coming somewhere to the platform, you have to wonder if the Hawkeye Hawkeye show isn't made for it. Now, while we're on the subject, and since we haven't talked about it here at the channel for quite some time, given how evidence has been super flimsy, the involvement of Hailee Steinfeld as Kate Bishop has been reported and rejected and reported and denied several times, much like the other reports. Jonathan Majors as King, even Tatiana Maslany, when she was cast as Hulk, she recently denied it. Anyway, there's no telling what's going on with the role of Kate Bishop, but you have to assume if they're moving forward on production the way that they have been, and this series is centered around Hawkeye passing the mantle to Kate Bishop, they must have cast someone. The fact they've been able to keep it under wraps and this tight-lipped up until now is super impressive. But once production gets underway, as soon as we see someone on set, and we will see someone on set, actually, the way it is in the industry right now, all we'll need to see is whose stunt double it is, and then we'll know immediately who Kate Bishop is. And all sources have indicated it's Hailee Steinfeld. There has just been absolutely zero confirmation, and it seems from the chorus of the audience that is the fans here at the channel, that's who you guys really want to see in that role. Let me know all your thoughts down below. What do you think is going on here with Yelena Bulova? Is this going to be all flashbacks and pre-series, or is this going to be going into the future? Where do you think this show is going to be set, and what role do you think Yelena Bulova's Black Widow will have in the future of the MCU? Double agent for the Thunderbolts, working under Thunderbolt Ross, trying to infiltrate what's going on, or an actual member of the Avengers, a superhero going on to take the place of Natasha Romanoff, even though no one could ever take her place. You guys know what I mean. Let me know all your thoughts down below, and quickly let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, so tomorrow's a huge day at the channel. We're announcing 2 brand new prizes going forward into 2021. In the meantime, we're going to be giving away this insane 1/4 scale Beta Ray Bill and our 3rd and final Infinity Saga box set. Now, we gave 2 box sets away earlier this year. This thing was limited in production to 4,000. They absolutely shot up in value on the secondary market. This is going to be the final one we give away at the channel. It's going to be given away on New Year's Eve alongside Beta Ray Bill, regardless of the subscriber count, as we sort of slow down going into the new year. We are going to announce 2 new prizes tomorrow. Hint, hint, we've already given away 16 PlayStation 4 Pros here at the channel. I wonder what they could be. As we switch over the prizes and going forward into the new year, hopefully to give away tickets and DVDs and other stuff related to these films as they start to be released, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber here at the channel. Then leave a comment down below on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos the same way we're doing here, so if you've missed any of the previous winner announcements, no worries. All you have to do is scroll back to the channel, look for the winner announcement and the sub count on the title, click on that video, scroll to the end. Then make sure to hit the notification bell with notifications turned on to keep up with the content. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video or the other videos we do here at the channel, we'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me over on Instagram at IamFires, or over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Nevelen, Nevellen. There's links down in the description to both. My name's Michael Roman. This is Everything Always, guys. Thanks for checking out the channel, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.